Okay, thank you very much, Sophie. Welcome to this webinar of the EU SWAN project, and SWAN is singing with additional needs. It's organized by Kanker in Beeld, and first of all, we will introduce ourselves. My name is Cora Honing. I'm the president of Kanker in Beeld Foundation. I've been working in the area of psychosocial support for people afflicted by cancer, working at the Dutch Cancer Society for many years. So I know by experience the importance of creative expression for people confronted with cancer. Heleen, it's your turn.
Thank you, Cora. Hello, I'm Heleen van der Heul. Welcome in my room. This is my music room. In here I teach music. I am Heleen van der Heul. I'm a conductor and a singer. I'm 65 years old, and at regard with cancer, I'm an expert by experience. I had Hodgkin disease in the year 2000. I was treated and I was cured. And at that time there was no Singing for Your Life choir, and that was a very pity because I needed really something creative. And well, so when I was cured I founded Singing for Your Life in Almere, and I'm very happy with it, and the public interest is growing and growing at this moment.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Heleen. Probably I want to give you a short impression about what's Kanker in Beeld, what it stands for. We are a foundation that exists in the Netherlands over 25 years. And we are an umbrella organization. That means that we have 4 disciplines in which the choirs are the core of our business. At the moment we have 28 choirs, but we also have initiatives in the area of dance, improvisation, theater, and creative work, visual art workshops. Our local initiatives introduce people to the ways of dealing with cancer through expression, and it focuses on imagination and visualization. So it's not only singing or painting or dancing, but it has a more profound background. And we are working with professionals in all these areas. That's why we want to have enough quality of the work. We are people with cancer. We are obliged to present them with real professional work. Okay, then we go over to a short video to give you a more visual and musical impression of one of our Singing for Your Life choirs in Haarlem.
Ja. En allengs beseften we wat een geweldig leuke manier dit is om met elkaar te zijn. Niet continu, of soms helemaal niet, over de ziekte te praten. Als mensen in behandeling zijn, dan hou je daar rekening mee en dan wordt er wel over gesproken. Maar iedereen gaat gewoon blij de deur uit.
Maar ja, we fietsen terug en dan heb je een oorknoper, of zo noemen we dat. Die blijft nog hangen en die gaan we dan zingen.
mensen zien komen als musjes. En helemaal boos op hun lijf en boos op alles.
Ja.
En boos op de ziekte. En dan doet zingen iets wat je haast niet onder woorden kan brengen, maar het doet iets.
Ja, je hebt het er niet over met het koor. We zingen, maar je weet dat het er was. Je hoeft niks uit te leggen. Dat vind ik altijd heel fijn bij het koor.
Het is gewoon een warm bad. Gewoon een heel, heel erg fijn koor.
Okay. I already mentioned that Kanker in Beeld is participating in the SWAN project, Singing with Additional Needs. And so we are with organizations from different European countries focusing on different target groups. For instance, in Norway, they are focusing on people with special visual needs, and in Ireland, they are focusing on people with a migration background. It's an EU project, and Kanker in Beeld is glad to participate in it. We learn a lot from each other, and we all have different activities, and we produce specific materials for our specific target groups. Okay, after these introductions, I will hand over to Heleen because she will talk with you and let you experience the focus of voice expression. That's a specific part of our rehearsals, and it helps the choir members to feel at their place during the rehearsal. Heleen.
Thank you, Cora.
The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. So, well, I would like to start my story by showing you a film, and I would like to ask you, can you summarize what you were seeing in one word, just one word, the atmosphere of the film and the atmosphere of the choir? And could you put it in the chat, share with it? Yeah, okay, safe space, I can see. Togetherness, wow. Beautiful. Empathy. Together, community. Beautiful. Yes. I'm very glad to see all those, yes, those words. That's just the way well, I hoped you would share that, but you never know. So before I explain about our voice expression, I will share with you 3 characteristics of singing for your live choirs. Those are very important. That is being among companions, and that will say, you heard it, you saw it in the film already. We are together and we know from each other what we got and what we are going through. And I know it also very well because I have experience. So you don't have to say anything. Yes, sometimes we say something, but you don't have, because we all know what we're going through, and that's very important. Second, singing replaces fear, and it is also a very important thing about singing. When you sing, it's scientifically proven that the areas in your brain where is fear, they cannot work. And yeah, it's good. So I think when you're at the dentist or something, perhaps you can sing also. It's just a tip. And singing helps processing cancer experiences, and that is just where the voice expression is about. And that is a very important goal of Kanker in Beeld and singing for your live choirs. So, can I see the next slide, please? So, voice expression is about 5 things for me, and I say it for me because there are different choirs and another choir will work at another way, but I think I made a good, I think every choir does it, but some do more of this and some do more of that. So awareness of one's feeling at that moment, I'm going to explain after this slide. Calming and strengthening the vagus nerve, and strengthening the connection with your own situation, touching the life force within yourself, and also strengthening the connection between the choir members. So I'm going to explain now the different points. Can I see the yes. What we do at our choir, we have an opening circle and we stand in the circle and we say by turn, my name is Heleen, and I feel happy when I'm doing this. And yeah, it can be all kinds of words, and some people need more words, and that's okay. But when you say one word, it's okay. So what is the goal? The goal is awareness of oneself. So you have to think yourself, in what mood am I? Okay, I'm happy. In spite of pain or fear, I'm happy. Or, well. And secondly, it is important that the other choir members know what that choir member is, how she's feeling or he is feeling. And so you see it immediately. And one word, yeah, and the way somebody says something, you can see it immediately. We are not a therapeutic choir, so we're not going to talk about it, but we think ourselves, okay, in the pause with the coffee, I'm going to ask to that person, or when we are at home, I'm going to phone this choir member because she needs it, or I'm going to be happy with this choir member. That is the awareness of one's feeling at the moment. So can I see the second one? Yes, then the yoga and mindfulness and physical exercises, when you are in treatment and you are at the hospital, everybody is doing something with your body. And I know how it is. Once I had to be with radiotherapeutic, and I was signed all signs here. It was really terrible. My body was not mine. And when we do yoga, mindfulness exercises, you see it. Yeah, it's also very funny to do. I work on focus because after a few exercises we have to go back into ourselves and to be quiet. And a very simple exercise is, how are you standing on your feet? How am I standing? How do my feet touch the ground by now? How are your feet at this moment? And it's very important because your feet are your basis. And when you're aware of your feet, not aware of your feet, you're not aware of yourself. And how are you sitting? Your sit bones. Okay, this is okay. Now I got a good basis to go for the next exercises. May I have the next one? And then I forgot to tell you about the vagus nerve, I can see now. Well, the vagus nerve is a very important nerve back here, and it's really a rest and digest nerve. And that is, this has very much influence on your humor and your feeling good. So when you are being treated and when you are in the waiting room having a very important conversation about with the doctor, you are nervous. So that is your vagus nerve who is doing that. So when you breathe and you do a breathing exercise, you have influence on that vagus nerve. And I want to do a little exercise with you. And you can, if you want, you sit straight up and you feel your feet and you feel your sit bones. And I'm going to do the square breathing, which I always call the waiting room exercise. And why is that? Because I can do that exercise and nobody remarks what I am doing. But I am working now on being with rest. And it's the square breathing, and that will say 4 times in, for 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out, 4 seconds hold. So you sit straight up and you breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. And my question is for you, what did you think while doing this exercise? And I think you were just thinking, I have to breathe in 4 seconds and hold 4 seconds. And you were not thinking about that doctor or what you have to do after this webinar, or you were just thinking about your breathing. And that is the moment that your vagus nerve, hey, he's being quiet, but oh, the thoughts are away. Oh, I'm calming now. So that's, you can do that, yeah, whenever you want. Okay, then the technical breathing exercises we also do. And that is because we are going to sing, and we want to sing in a beautiful way, and we need technical breathing. Okay, thank you. May I have the next one? Oh yeah, that's the humming exercise, and that is the one that is calming down ourselves. We're singing for each other. It remembers me always at the time that I was a very little small child and my mother was singing for me. So we got a little film for that. Next slide. Okay, thank you. Yeah, this is also for me at our choir an important part of the session. It's receiving and giving a sound bath, and you can do that in two ways. One way is to one person sitting in the middle of the circle, and she has chosen a song, and we are all singing the song for the person. And sometimes a person wants to be touched while singing that song, and sometimes a person doesn't want to sit at all in the middle of the circle. All different people, so we're respecting everybody's opinion about that, because yeah, not everybody wants to be touched emotionally. So she's sitting just in the circle and just singing and further nothing. But this person, so we can do a song then, but we can also singing sounds for that person. And we do that, this is Sabine, we sang for her, we sang her name, and after that we sang all different sounds, and we are hearing each other, and well, it's our beautiful sounds, just like the humming you saw in the previous film. And this photograph you see is Sabine. Sabine was one choir member, and unfortunately she died a few years ago, and she didn't want anything with emotion. But at the moment that she knew she was going to leave us, she asked for a sound bath every session till she died. So every 2 weeks she had a sound bath. And to give you a little impression, we can hear just a little bit, but well, it's not like you hear it yourself, Sophie. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we once got a photographer, and he made pictures of people before the sound bath and after the sound bath, and those pictures were so different, so beautiful. Ah. So what we also do is we sing mantras with a special meaning, and we have you have seen already the island of the self, and there's a song about your own island where everything is beautiful, and beautiful trees and water and birds, and that is what you can imagine when you're lying on the bed and having a very bad treatment. So you can go to your own place. And I wanted to experience with you a song that is Peace is Inside of Me. So this very easy song, you sing it now immediately with me, and perhaps you can already think about one word that we can sing after this. We sing now Peace is Inside of Me, and the secret of the song is that when you sing about peace is inside of me, you bring it inside of yourself by singing it for yourself. And so I ask you to sit straight up again, your feet on the ground, and breathe in. And if you want, you can sing it with me. And if you share the word in the chat, I would be glad. Peace is inside of me. Peace is inside of me. Peace is inside of you. Peace is inside of you. And perhaps I can choose one word from the chat, if I can see it. Is there a word in the chat? And otherwise I choose relax. Yes. Relaxing is inside of me. Okay. Calm. Calm is I think better. Calm. Okay. Cool. Calm is inside of me. And strength. Strength is inside of me. Calm is inside of you. Fearlessness is inside of you. We can sit there for 10 minutes and sing this song, and it's very relaxing, beautiful. And we also sing Buddhist mantras, wise words, and wise words not only for us, but wise word for everybody in the Sanskrit language. And what we always sing also is songs from Come Together songs, that are 3 books with songs from everywhere over the world. Thank you. May I have the next one? Oh yeah, I'm going to show you a film. It's a song, Now is the Moment to Know That We Are Alive. It's a song from Kanker in Beeld. Somebody composed it for Kanker in Beeld. Now is the moment that we are alive, we sing. Now is the moment to realize I'm here. Where I am, it doesn't matter. I am here with myself and I know I'm alive. And that film we're going to see.
Nu is het moment om te weten dat we leven. Nu is het moment om te zeggen ik besta. Waar ik ben is maar om het even, ik leef nu. En neem het waar ik ga. Nu is het moment om te weten dat we leven. Nu is het moment om te zeggen ik besta. Waar ik ben is me om het even, ik leef nu. En neem het waar ik ga.
Yes. Now you see much more force in the people, I think, already. And what we also do is singing and dancing together. And that's film we see at the end of the PowerPoint. And I think it's very important to note that when you are singing and dancing, your whole session, it doesn't work. It only works if you start with quietness and really try to be with yourself and your body and all the exercises I told you before. And then when you come out of that quietness, then you can sing, and well, then there happens something really beautiful. Can I have the next one? This is, yeah. Strengthening the connection between the choir members. What we do is we record or we film a song and we send this to sick choir members sick choir members who cannot attend. And that is also very strengthening for the people who are at home, because for a reason you're not at the choir, you are at home, so you're feeling bad, you want to be at the choir, and then you receive a film or a song. That is very beautiful. Also beautiful to do that. And we also sing songs to each other, and that's where we have a film from, and that's also, it can be very well, loving and caring, and it can also be very funny. So. So funny, the lady last moments, that is Anneke, and every time when she is there, till the last moment, she doesn't know if she can be there. So the evening before the rehearsal, she says, I don't know, I'm feeling so bad and I'm so tired and I don't think I can come. And then she comes, and then now, yeah, you see how she shines, and beautiful. That is the first hour, the voice expression hour from the session, and I always take care that the last songs before the coffee, they are with energy, so people go to the coffee with happy feelings and well, more happy than when they came, when they arrived. And in the second hour of the session, we sing songs which mean something to us in our situation. It's chosen by the choir members and by me, of course. And in that second hour, I work with the purity by breath techniques, by that it sounds good, persuasiveness, what a terrible word. I had to exercise 10 times, but I wanted to say it. But yeah, we work, it's also important that it sounds okay what you do, because it's not only coming to yourself, but it's also that, yeah, when you sing it for somebody, it's beautiful to listen at, and we can work on that, and we can sing beautiful. And then the last songs are the happy dance songs, and we show you a film about dancing. But before we show you that, I tell you how we end the second hour of our session, and that is by the closing circle. That's the next slide. The closing circle, and then we stand together, hand in hand, and we are quiet for some moments, and we think about what we did this morning, and we feel what it has done to our body, and we hear a little bit the songs we sung and the fun we had, and okay, and after that quietness we stand alone, and we put backwards, we step backwards, and we say by turn, I am Heleen, and I feel happy that I could tell you this, and I thank you for your attention, and we're going to look at the dancing film. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Heleen, for this. This was very, very moving and then very, very joyful. I feel like we really managed to join you in the session there.
Welcome.
As I have mentioned in the chat, some people already had some questions. These were particularly about the sound baths. So one person asks, how many people receive a sound bath in 1 week?
Yeah, unfortunately, one or two. And it's always with a birthday of somebody. So, or when you think, well, I'm feeling so bad, give me a sound bath. But well, it takes 10 minutes, per person. So yeah, it's not too many people. But you can choose to say, well, we can do a full hour with a sound bath if you want it together. But yeah, it takes time to give attention.
Funnily enough, the next question about sound baths was, what is the approximate length of one sound bath, or does it vary according to the person's wishes?
The length of a sound bath is 5 to 8 minutes. Yes. Yes, including being quiet before the sound bath, because you start from quietness and concentration, and when everybody is quiet and the choir member in the middle of the circle is calm also, then we can start, and it starts also, it's very soft, and in the beginning sometimes it doesn't sound so well, we have to search for each other, and oh wow, and then it's beautiful, and then it's getting softer and softer, and then when it's finished we are quiet, and we have always the appointment that the one who is in the middle is the one who starts talking, not us. That's it.
A further sound bath question, and I'm going to also possibly need your help in translating part of it. The question is, do you use Klankschalen also during a sound bath? I don't know what Klankschalen are, so if you can explain that too, that would be great.
Sound bowls.
Aha.
Yeah. No. I did once, and I started it once. You could do it. You could. It is a possibility. We did it at the choir day in Haarlem. We were there with 12 choirs, and there we had a sound bowl session, and it was very beautiful. We had a meditation with beautiful story, and yeah. But I have sound bowls myself at home, but well, not yet. Perhaps a good tip. Thank you.
For anyone else who wants to ask a question, I'm seeing quite a few coming through in the chat, so we're going to keep going. But in recognition that if anyone wants to raise their hand and ask a question, please also feel free to do that. So I've had this one sent to me. Is the choir associated with a hospital or institution, or is it completely private? If it is private, how did you get word out about the choir? This is from someone who is a music educator, choir conductor, and now a cancer survivor, and as well as conducting choirs, would like to start something specifically for survivors where they are.
It's a long question.
Yeah, there was a description at the end, but the question bit again, is it associated with a hospital or institution or completely private? And if private, how do you get the word out?
Okay, yeah, it's all Singing for Your Life choirs are under the umbrella of Kanker in Beeld. but it's a private foundation. So we, as a foundation, we are very official, so people can give us money, and yeah, we're not related to a hospital, and we are going sometimes we're going to a hospital to sing there, but we're not further on. We're not related to the hospital.
And there's another question from someone else that links to this. Do you have tips for anyone trying to start this kind of choir? For instance, how to find people to participate in the choir, advertisement or otherwise?
Yeah, I think that's a nice question for Cora.
Okay,
Yeah, Cora.
okay, Heleen. Yeah. First of all, I will put your attention on the guideline, and we will mention at the end of this session. There we have a lot of advices from conductors and voice expression leaders, musical leaders from our choirs, and starting a choir. In our country, we have some centers for cancer care, and there they have a lot of activities for cancer survivors, cancer patients. And sometimes they want to start a choir, and sometimes we have a conductor who is very interested in this type of choir. And they come over to Kanker in Beeld, and we are searching with them for possibilities to advertise, to address organizations, to start a new choir. And sometimes it's hearsay. People, when there's a performance of one of the choirs and people get enthusiastic, they come to Kanker in Beeld, and then we look into the possibilities to start a local choir. And always we get them in touch with our conductors just to know how we are working, what our goals are. For Heleen already said, we are not a therapeutic group, but we have some therapeutic elements in our way of working, and our most important goal is to empower people confronted with cancer. Find your own power in what situation you are, whether you are a survivor, but you have problems with fatigue or with work, have work-related problems. And also when you know you will not get better, and probably you are in a palliative or terminal phase of your illness. Empower people, look what they can, and don't look at what they cannot do, because what they can, this is what's this energy, how small, we will help you to use it in your situation.
Thank you for that, Cora. And yes, as Cora says, we will have the the guideline introduced in just a minute after the question and answer session.
Yeah.
There is still lots of questions coming through. I'm jumping around them a bit to make sure that different people have a chance to have their question answered. The next one, I will ask the first part first because it might contradict the second part. Do you do public performances, or is it all within the group, Heleen?
Yeah, we do public, how do you say, public performances.
Yeah.
Yes, we do it not so often, I must say. We had in February there was the World Cancer Day, and then we were at the House of Cancer Patients There we had a workshop and also a performance. Sometimes we're doing a performance and it's very powerful, but performances also bring you away from your inner process. So for us, it's 2-3 times a year, but now no more.
Okay.
Most of the choirs do it 2 or 3 times, and sometimes in a hospital. But there are choirs that want to be going really public, for instance, in a railway station.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then the follow-up part of the question then, if you are doing public performances, how do you deal with not knowing in advance who can come to which rehearsal or even to the performance?
Yeah, that's you have to put your goals realistic, let's say. You don't make it too difficult, because what do you want when you're going to doing a performance? You want to tell what kind of choir you are, and not to sing as beautiful as possible. We sing as beautiful as possible, but it's not the goal. We want to tell what choir we are and what our choir means to our members. And I must say, when we perform, well, we never ask if we bring somebody to tears, because there's always somebody who is so touched by what we're doing. Yeah.
And there is a question here which I was actually wondering myself as well, a more delicate one. How does the choir respond when a member passes away? Do you do anything special during rehearsals to honor them, or do you have any specific strategies to face this type of situation?
Yes, unfortunately, we know that happens, and we have a photo of the person, and we sing a song that the person loved very much, and we talk about her or him. And we also, if we are welcome, we are going to the funeral, and we are singing there that favorite song or 2 songs if we may. So that's also part of singing for your life.
Can I add something? I remember, Heleen, that when we had Zoom meetings with the conductors, that conductors asked for a special Zoom meeting about bereavement, about passing away, and how you deal with it. And so conductors want to discuss it and learn from each other how to deal with these situations, because there is not one way to deal with it, but there are different ways according to the type of choir or the professional.
Yeah.
Then one final question from the chat, and then I will pass back to Cora to tell you about this famous guideline and some other opportunities. A lot of the different elements of what you're doing feel very spiritual. Sometimes do people find it too spiritual for a choir, or how does this go?
Yeah, well, in the beginning, when I started with the choir, there were a few people who thought that, but I thought, well, yeah, this is what I think we must do, and this is also the goal of Kanker in Beeld. So I'm just following Kanker in Beeld. That was my. So I said, well, no, I'm continue doing this, and now we are with 28 persons, and when a new person comes, you see, well, what is this? Do I have to do this? But yeah, that person sees that everybody is doing it, and it's going well. Okay, then I do it too, and likes it very much. So yeah.
Okay, I would like to add that Heleen has her way of using doing voice expression. Some other conductors at our choirs are not sticking to 1 hour on first 1 hour and then the rehearsal. Some are mingling it up in the rehearsal, and yes, there is some resistance under conductors, even under conductors. We know from our questionnaire about the voice expression, because there are prejudices amongst the choir members and the conductors. And that's one of the reasons that this year we will have a special workshop about voice expression and looking into different ways you can use it in your choir. But for sure, it's part of the rehearsal.
Excellent. Okay, I'm going to pass back to Cora now. I'm sorry, there is one more question, but maybe it does come up. So I will pass to Cora to speak about the other elements of the Kanker in Beeld part of the SWAN project.
Yeah.
And Cora, for your information, the question that was just in the chat that I've skipped is, how do I fund this? If I'm starting a choir? Is it in the guideline? Look, the guideline.
Here it is. Last year we made a guideline for professionals who want to start a choir, and it was based on a questionnaire under our conductors, voice expression leaders, and musical leaders, and so it's practical, based on practice, and hopefully it will give insights of what is needed, it gives you an idea what is needed to start this type of choir. And for your information, Sophie, in preparing this webinar, we got another idea. Heleen made a suggestion that we make an annex to this guideline, in which we will focus more on the content of the rehearsal. So, okay, that's a new sound, a new plan. But first of all, this was the guideline, and we have plans for the upcoming part of the year. Can I have? Yeah. When you are located in one of the EU countries, we have the possibility to invite you for an exchange with our conductors. At the moment, we are now trying to make a schedule for Dutch conductors who want to learn from each other, but we have the possibility to invite conductors from abroad and experience the rehearsal and talk with the conductor and conductors and the singers. And another possibility to learn more about our choirs is that we have a regional choir gathering in autumn, and then we have the possibility to invite conductors from abroad as well. So now at the moment we do not have definite dates, but soon it will be on the website of the SWAN project, and you can find it in the SWAN section of the European Choral Association newsletter. So feel free to contact us and look whether we can help you in starting this specific type of choir. And we think we can be very meaningful for people who have to deal with cancer. Okay?
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Heleen. Thank you so much, Cora. So that is it for today. We've finished at 1 minute past 4. That's not bad. And thank you very much, and hope to be seeing you in the future SWAN events.